Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm your host, Gabe, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking through where to start as a beginner in multifamily investing. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm a 27-year-old real estate entrepreneur, and over the last 3 years, I've been able to go from zero to over $50 million of multifamily assets that we now own. Prior to doing so, I worked at billionaire Grant Cardone's real estate team for Cardone Capital, and I raised over $100 million while working there. So I've been in the game now for almost 7 years, and we help hundreds of investors across the entire country. So I know it works for me, and I know for sure it can work for anybody as long as you're willing to put in the work and never quit. And now we're focused on bringing the unfiltered truth about what it takes to create success in multifamily real estate here on YouTube. So if you find any value throughout this video or any of the other ones that we produce, make sure to help us out by dropping a like, a comment, and most importantly, hitting the subscribe button. And with that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump in. So jumping into multifamily, you go on the YouTube, you find a bunch of people just assume that you should be the active real estate investor and like try to go out and wholesale a contract or flip a house. That's just simply not the truth. There are so many different things you can do inside of multifamily investing. The very first thing that you have to do is determine how you're going to use multifamily in the first place. There's two different ways you can use it. You can either be the investor, and this is the person that uses multifamily as an investment vehicle, meaning you go out, you earn money, and then you invest it into real estate. Instead of investing it into like a stock market or crypto, you choose to take your cash and invest it into real estate. Now, there's a lot of people in the real estate industry that preach that there is no such thing as true passive income when it comes to investing in real estate, and that's just completely false. I have raised over $7 million from outside investors that do absolutely nothing. All they did was write a check, send in a wire, and I send them monthly distributions every single month from the properties that we own today. So there is such thing as being passive. Now, the alternative to being the investor and having all the money up front, which a lot of us don't, is becoming what I like to call the deal maker. This is essentially you jumping in the real estate and creating a business out of it and trading your time for money, meaning you're gonna go get trained, develop a skill set, so you can go find a property with a ton of value that can be added to it, and then you split the profits with the investors. So again, to recap, the two different buckets that you'll generally fit into is you're either going to be the person that goes out and puts in the work and finds the property, and then you get paid for creating this value and finding it. You are the deal maker. And then you have the investor. This is the person that has a lot of money, they don't have a ton of time, probably a business owner or a high-income W-2 employee or executive that you make good money, and instead of investing it into a stock market or crypto, you want to invest it into a more proven, less risky asset class like real estate. Now, moving on to the next phase of the video is now that you understand which bucket you fit into, and sometimes it's okay to be both at the beginning just to understand where you fit. But regardless, whether you're the active real estate investor or you're the passive real estate investor, both of these profiles can agree on one thing, which is why we're jumping into the business in the first place, which is building wealth. Like, nobody is jumping into this business to stay poor and not make money. Everybody wants to create financial independence. They want to have income every single month from their real estate portfolio that exceeds the amount of monthly income they're going to work for. That, by definition, is financial freedom. And so regardless, if you're the investor that's funding these deals and not doing any of the work, or if you're the person that's going out and finding it, your goal should be building wealth. Now, what is the most proven pathway to build wealth inside of commercial real estate, but more specifically multifamily? If you're in the single family world at all, you might know it to be as the BRRRR method, or where you buy a physical piece of real estate. Say it's a 10-unit building that maybe has been owned for a long period of time and the owner hasn't updated it, hasn't painted it or renovated the interiors. We'll buy this building and then we'll do the renovations to it and make it look very nice, very pretty, and by doing it, we'll be able to increase the rents that we're charging there. And all commercial real estate, specifically multifamily, is valued based on the income of the property because it is a business. It's not a single family home where it's based on comps down the street, what other people paid for it. These assets are based on the income that the properties produce. So we buy a piece of property, we do some physical improvements to it so we can increase the income, and after we added the value to the property, it is worth more. And then you have a decision, either as the investor or the deal maker, to choose. Do you refinance this property, meaning you put a new loan on it because you increased the income, and then you're able to pull out all of the initial money that you invested into it and still own the asset after? And then at the end of it, you have a decision as the investor, you can either sell the building and take the profit and maybe you roll it into a bigger property, or you take it to a bank and you get a new loan on it, or you do a cash out refinance. You pull out all of the initial money that you invested into it, and then you own the building without having any money invested into it. All right, so you know where you fit into the business, whether you're the deal maker or you're the investor. You have a good idea of how to actually create wealth inside a multifamily. You buy an asset, you fix it, you either sell it or refinance it, and you just keep doing that over and over and over and over until you get super wealthy. Now I want to give you the tangible steps of where to start and what actions to take to actually move the needle forward for you. And trust me, you're going to want to stay till the end, where I give you tangible targets to focus on either being the investor or the deal maker. The very first thing that you have to do, regardless, deal maker or investor, is learn. You have to know what a home run deal is. And the reason I say this is because if you're a deal maker and you need to go out and find a deal and then raise it from investors, you need to know what a good deal in the investor's head is. And then vice versa. If you're an investor, you should know what a great deal is, because when somebody brings you it, you want to know. So you have to know what a good deal is. Number two, more importantly, you have to know how to assess risk. In real estate, you can make a ton of money. There's always a way to make money, or a pro forma or a business plan on how you can make money. The most important thing as an investor, I have learned, is to mitigate the risk. So know where the downside is. Be able to ask the questions to understand what happens if we try to renovate these units and rent them for $300 more. What happens if you don't get it? And what happens to the investment overall? So you have to know what a good deal is, and then you have to know how to mitigate the risk on it. So you're learning the business, you go find some courses, you join our free community, you're ready to start taking action. In multifamily or even commercial real estate, you have to have people. So step number two, maybe even as you're going through step number one, which is learning, step number two is to connect with people, meaning go out and network. But I'm not talking about just going out and meeting every single person on the entire world that is interested in multifamily real estate. You're being very specific here. And so the very first spot that I'm going to point you to go to connect with other people that are actively doing deals is our completely free multifamily investing community. It's the Deal Room community. All you have to do, check out the links in the description. It's completely free. There's no credit cards needed. There's no strings attached. Literally just go complete your profile, tell us where you're based out of, and make an introduction post so you can start connecting with other investors. And what I mean by networking with people is you have to bring it back to, are you the deal maker or are you the investor? If you're the investor, you're going to want to know other investors that are actively doing it too, so you can learn from them. But in order for you to successfully make an investment, you need deals being presented to you from people that are deal makers. So whenever you go out and network, you want to go find people that complement your skill set. If I'm an analyst and I'm a numbers guy, then I need to go find people that are not analyst and numbers guy. So like for a perfect example, my last deal I just did, I'm the numbers guy that can raise the money, and the partner I had is a construction guy. He's out there swinging the hammer, managing the project, and showing up to the property when I don't want to. So that is a really good partnership. And then lastly, on the connect portion, I've been able to partner with over 5 different people, and I've learned so many things, good and bad, about partnering with people. The number one thing that I can tell you when it comes to partnerships is you want to build off of long-term goals and long-term relationships. I do not like to partner with people on a transactional basis. I don't want to do just one deal with you. I want to be able to find a partner that complements our skill sets and then is looking to grow as well over a long period of time, where we not only can partner on this one deal, but we're able to partner on every deal after and after and after, so we both can grow and we're aligned. That's really important, that you can find partners that are in similar positions to where you're at today and looking to grow over a long period together. And now moving into the most fun step, which is where all the money is made. Number 3, take action and never quit. The only reason people fail in multifamily is because they start taking action. Maybe, most people never do, but you start taking action and then after a couple of LOIs, you quit. I don't know why. All you have to do is not quit, and it's inevitable that you will get into your first deal, but this is the most important part. I know so many people, we see it all the time inside of our community in the free one, where you're just interested. You're like, I want to get in, I'm just thinking about it, maybe I'll do it if like the perfect deal pops up. You can't have that mentality. You have to commit, you have to take action. Go get trained, go start networking, talk to brokers and find deals and submit offers. Or if you're the investor, join different groups. Maybe even consider joining the inner circle so you can get access access to the best deals in the country, and you should be getting presented opportunities on a weekly basis because people know you that are deal people and they send you it to potentially invest in. So learn, connect, and take action and never quit, and it's inevitable that you'll get into multifamily. It's just a matter of when and not a matter of if. Now, I know what you're thinking. You can't just say, Gabe, tell me to take action and then don't actually tell me what to do after it. Like, what am I actually supposed to do? This is why I'm about to go through this. I want to leave you with, depending if you're the deal maker or the investor, I want to leave you with a tangible plan and give you some preliminary targets on what to focus on to actually create success inside of multifamily. So let's go. So the first thing that we'll cover is the investor. Now, most investors, whenever you think about making an investment, it is not for the return that I'm going to get tomorrow. It is for the long term. It is like, okay, instead of going out and buying a Ferrari, I'm going to put this into a piece of real estate that will pay me every month for the rest of my life and then goes up in value over a long period of time. You're not generally making these investments for short-term gains. The way that I like to focus on is over a long period of time, maybe a 30-year period. Something that I try to teach all of our passive investors is the power of a double. Meaning if you invested 100 grand into one of our deals, my goal is to send you back 200 grand over a 3 to 5 year period. That means we are doubling the 100,000 over a 3 to 5 year goal. If you double that money over a 30-year period, every 3 to 5 years, it's actually insane what happens. And this is why multifamily is so attractive from just the investor standpoint. So I challenge you to do the math on your calculator. Maybe if I got it wrong, let me know in the comments. But if you double $100,000 every 5 years for a 30-year period, the $100,000 principal turns into $6.4 million. Meaning the 100 grand you started with is now $6.4 million 30 years later. It is insane. Like if you just got started in the 80s and you own real estate today, you can probably attest for this. Now, $6.4 million is awesome. Most people can retire off that and just live off the money, but this is why real estate is so powerful. This is just the principal, like the amount of money that you have invested into these deals. $6.4 million earning a 10% cash on cash return, or the cash flow that you're being paid every year. If you take 6.4 and multiply it by 0.10, it gives you $640,000 every year in reoccurring income, meaning the 6.4 stays the same. It's untouched because it's in the asset. You get some tax advantages, and then the income every single month is 50 grand. So like that, off of one single $100,000 investment would be considered financial freedom. That's the game that we're playing here with all of the investors that we raise money from. And so as the investor, you should be focused on learning the business, like how does the 2x multiple actually work? Like what is a good deal? And then your biggest hurdle is going to be developing relationships and trust with operators like ourselves or many others across the country that raise money from passive investors. And now for the active deal maker, this is the person that's trading time for money. You're going to learn, develop a skill set, and then go out and identify a great opportunity that you can produce great returns to the investors. You should be targeting at least 250 to 500 grand of potential profit per deal. So if you're a flipper and you're doing 25 to 50 grand of profit per deal, and these things take 3 to 6 months to turn, all you're doing is adding a zero to it, and instead of 6 months, it takes 1 to 2 years. So you're working a little bit longer, but you're getting paid almost 10 times as much. This is why so many flippers join us in the inner circle. And these deals at the very beginning are generally in a 1 to 2 year hold period, because at the beginning of your career, you want to make money and you also want to generate returns. So I'm a really big fan of doing small deals, 10 units, 16, 24, 32 unit deals at the very beginning, because it takes only 1 to 2 years to renovate and stabilize and sell these buildings. So every deal that you're looking at, you should make 250 to 500 over 1 to 2 years. And this is net to you, post profit split, post partner, post everything. Like you should be picking this up every deal. And then you're going to be creating a business out of it. At the beginning, you're just doing these deals so you personally can make enough money to quit your job or do whatever you want. And then you have the choice. You can scale this company as large as you want. Like us, we're at 50 million, going to 100 million, and we're becoming a real private equity firm out of it. Or you can buy a couple of deals, build to $10,000 to $20,000 a month of reoccurring income, and then just kick it. Like have a good life. You can build whatever lifestyle you want using multifamily as the vehicle to get there. Now, our goal here is to bring the best multifamily content and the unfiltered truth, what it takes to actually create success in this business. It's really important for us to know who's listening to these videos. So I'm curious, if you could, make make sure to drop a comment below and tell us, are you a deal maker or are you an investor? And what specific questions do you have about today's video? I'm going to be personally checking the comments and responding to all of them. Maybe we'll even make another YouTube video, but we need your help by dropping a comment below, letting us know, are you a deal maker or the investor, and where can we help you next on your multifamily journey? So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.